this is Fluffy Destroy and welcome to my channel. Yeah, I'm in Star Citizen, the hangar module right now. It's going to be a first impression video and my thoughts on it. And before I go there, well, I'm just gonna fiddle around, look around, do some stuff while I talk here. Yeah, the hangar module doesn't seem to be optimized, trust me, because my system it's beefed up. It's not the best, but it's beefed up compared to usually what people have on their game systems. Anyways, let's go with the requirements of the hangar module. I'm gonna give my thoughts after that because I really need to go there. It says that what you need as a system requirement is Windows 7, well, 64-bit system. That's the really important part because of the memory that you need. You can use, if you do have 4 gigabytes of RAM, that's what you need to do, but that's what you need to have. But I got 16 gig right now, so 4 gigabyte is really enough. Yeah, really good animation as well. And the way that you see your feet and your hands, it's really cool. You also need a dual-core Intel CPU at 2.4 gigabytes, gigahertz, I mean gigabytes. Yeah, why can't I shoot? This would be fun. Or AMD Phenom X2. I had a quad-core Phenom and it was running fine, at low settings though. A GTX 460 or from GeForce, or a AMD Radeon HD 5850. So, well, DirectX 11 card, in other words. Those are pretty impressive. It's like those graphic cards are pretty low to my standards, but they seem to be okay. Well, the hangar module is not bad, but for the game, like the dogfight module, which is about to come, I would say they're about to announce something next week, so I don't know, I'm not really sure. It may be the end of the month. I don't know. Looks like we're just gonna have to wait and see. And this has been pretty much of I would say it's not clear, like the reports are not clear on this, but for example, developer Travis said that on a high setting at 40 FPS per for frames per second, you're going to need an i7 4770K and 16 bits of RAM, 16 gigabytes of RAM. My God, I can't speak today. Or a GTX 680, and also a SSD drive, which makes sense. Other developers like Ben and Mark, I guess, can't remember exactly, but anyways, they said on the medium settings, it's still going to be an i7 with 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 780 GTX. So this is what you're going to need in the game here. So I don't know, it's pretty high. Like a 780 GTX is not cheap, and for someone like me, I could buy it, which I really have no problems with, but I know that not everyone can do that. But this game uses the CryEngine 3, just for information here. The game uses CryEngine 3 with what you need for the CryEngine 3 is this, either XP, Vista 7, or at this point 8, Windows 8 I mean. And you're going to need a 64-bit CPU with minimum 2 gigs, but I would say 4 gigs at this point, because the game wants you to use like a 64-bit system. So 4 gigs would make a lot of sense here anyways. And it looks like the game will be using a 32-bit at first, and it's going to use 64-bit codes later. Personally, I think it's a bad choice. This is just my opinion. They should go with a 64-bit straight away. Less work from the developers after a couple of years of work. I mean, they're gonna start to use this, like they're gonna release the game with a 32-bit code, and then they're gonna have to change everything or a lot of things. It's a lot of work, trust me. You want some intel or some info, look at the I would say EVE Online's dev blogs regarding this. They went through the same thing, same friggin' thing. It was a lot of work. We didn't notice. Well, the only thing that I could tell you is that 32-bit codes for my system, for example, I don't know why it may be my system, but I know I'm not alone in this. There seemed to be some kind of... There's going to be problems, crashing, lagging, performance issues, memory leaks, and so on and so on. Whatever you want to do with it, there's a maximum to what the game can do here. And why can't I move? Okay, gonna get out of here. Personally, oh yes, and then there's the Kickstarter backers. There's 34,000 people that backed up the game. Just for info here, EVE Online's on a busy day, like EVE Online's players on a busy day, it's around from 35 to 30 to 50,000 people. It's not a lot for a single server. It might seem like it is for one single server, but remember, it's an open world PvP, a persistent world. My God, I can't even speak today. And that's what it is. I mean, if they put $40 million into a system, wow. What I would want to do, because I don't know if there's going to be... the thing is, when you look at the game and where it wants to go, what it wants to do, I would personally recommend or like if the game would be available to low-end systems, like 2-core systems, for example. Right now, it seems to be whatever everyone says in the dev team, or even Chris Roberts, if he did say something, because, I mean, I'm aware of what's going on with Star Citizen, but not everything. I would personally like if the game would be available for low-end systems. I mean, the lower-end system you can use on a game, you're open to a bigger market here. I mean, let's face it, a lot of gamers don't have like a high-end system like i7s or even i5s, or in my case, I've got a AMD FX 8350. That's the highest on the market you can buy alone, or at this point, well, at this time of writing, it is. I know there's another one higher. I think it's the FX 9000 or something, but it's currently in. Let's say they're tweaking out things on it because it seems to unleash some pretty good heat and just a bit too much heat. So I don't know. They're just working on it. And if they open up the game just for only high-end systems, that's a lot of data that's being transferred from their servers as well. I mean, let's face it. The better graphics you have, the better sound, and like a lot of stuff will be needed to transfer from the servers to my computer, and I don't know. I got a problem with that. I mean, I don't mind if a game looks bad and graphically. I mean, look at Half-Life 1 or 2, or even Half-Life Source. Let's admit it. Graphic-wise, it's not that great, but the gameplay, the core mechanics, everything that makes it, what makes the game. It's not the graphics. Graphics is one thing. I mean, look at this thing, like the lightnings, the lights, the shadows. It's great. The details. This is really awesome. The pixel shading, the shading techniques that they use for just to give more depth to the textures, to the polygons. It's really great. I appreciate it. But underneath that all, it's just, what am I gonna do most of the time in a game? Just answer yourself that. It's probably fighting NPCs, fighting people. I don't know, mining or whatever I have to do, or go on the market, go in stations. I'm not going to stand here and look at the graphics all day. No, I'm going to play. I'm going to ask myself a lot of questions, like if I shoot a certain enemy, is this good? Or I'm going to wonder about the combat system a lot more a lot more than anything else here. So the graphics to me are really secondary. It's more of the content that they're gonna get, of what they're gonna release in it. Like, they're supposed to release the dogfighting modules in, I don't know when. It should be at the end of the month or beginning of next month, I guess. I think. And there's going to be a lot of issues as well. It's going to be called, oh man, I just forgot the name, but Commander something. So you're going to be able to fight in an arena. Think of World of Tanks as in an arena, and there's going to be from 10 to 12 players. That's going to be awesome. So there's going to be a lot of balance issues. There's going to be a lot of, I would say, people will complain more, and they're going to criticize more of the game on the game content rather than the graphics. The graphics are okay, trust me. I mean, I'm really amazed here. I mean, this is just a starter ship, of course. I'm not going to pay more because the game, even though there's 40 million backed up, everything could end up really screwed up. It could end in a big ball of fire of disaster. Chris Roberts could say, well, it's not gonna work, bye, and he could take the money and go away. Honestly, he could. It's a possibility. It's not impossible. Unfortunately, yes, I'm that septic. I'm like, the hype for me is zero, but even with this ship here, like the details on that ship, it's not bad. I mean, I'm going really close here and I'm still seeing a lot of details. I've noticed some other videos that have some other ships, and they do have a lot more details on their ship as well. It's really nice. And the details I'm seeing in here, it's pretty incredible. But still, again, it's just a matter of the system requirements for the game are way too high for me right now, and I'm wondering about it because I want this game to be pretty successful, really successful, and I don't want it to be available only to like hardcore gamers who have i7s or FX AMD chips and like something like 16 gigabytes of RAM, and so I want it to be available to low-end players. I want a big influx of players playing the game, and let's admit it, when you're playing a persistent open world, probably a PvP world, what you need is a big influx of players so they can play with the market. Because if you want a player-driven market, you're going to need a lot of players to play that. There's 40,000 players, 50,000 players on EVE Online, and the market is... there's a good market. It's not a good market, but it's like a bad market. It's a good market in terms of players creating items. And is it going to be the same thing here? I don't know. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But the more players, the better. So that's what I have to say about this, about Star Citizen right now. As soon as the dogfighting module is going to be out, I'm going to be in it. Display some videos about it. That's for sure. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it too as well. I hope to see you there. So my name is Fluffy the Destroyer. Thank you for watching my channel. And if you did like it, just rate the video, comment on my video, and click on subscribe if you did like it. Have a good day.